Welcome to Reflections on Fasting. This is a multi-episode discussion where we explore the depths of Islamic teachings on fasting, its spiritual impact and scholarly insights. I'm your host, Yusuf, and today we are diving into the very essence of Islamic belief in the act of fasting. Joining us on air today are Ibrahim and Miriam. Welcome to both of you. Are you ready to get started?
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited to be part of this discussion today. Thank you for inviting me.
So first, let's start with the basics. Ibrahim, can you tell us how Islam defines fasting?
Okay, so fasting is an act of worship where a Muslim abstains from food, drink, and marital relations from Fajr to Maghrib with the intention of obeying Allah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said in authentic hadith narrated in Bukhari and Muslim where he said, "Whoever fasts in Ramadan with faith and seeking reward, his past sins will be forgiven." But fasting is not just about refraining from eating. It's about spiritual purification, self-restraint, and developing taqwa, as the Quran mentions in Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayah 183, where it says, "O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may attain piety."
That's so profound. So it's not just physical restraint, but a moral and spiritual discipline as well. Okay, moving on. Miriam, can you go a little further, please, and tell us how scholars of Islam have historically understood fasting?
Absolutely. So, scholars from different schools of thought have emphasized various aspects of fasting, such as the Hanafi school stresses the importance of niyyah, or intention, before sunrise and the physical abstention, all right? The Shafi and Maliki schools include niyyah as a core pillar, but Malikis add that it should be made at the start of Ramadan for the entire month. The Hanbali school goes so far as to add that even if someone eats out of forgetfulness, their fast remains valid, referencing a hadith from Bukhari and Muslim where it says, "If someone forgets while fasting and eats or drinks, let him complete his fast, for it is Allah who has fed him and given him drink." This really highlights Allah's mercy in fasting. So what this is saying is, our mistakes don't necessarily invalidate the fast.
It's really amazing to have such nuances present that show the wisdom of Islamic jurisprudence. Now, can one of you elaborate further on the deeper spiritual purpose behind fasting?
Of course, fasting is an act of ikhlas, or rather sincerity, because only Allah knows if we are truly abstaining. The Prophet, peace be upon him, described it as a unique act of worship in a hadith recorded by Bukhari and Muslim saying, "Every deed of the son of Adam is multiplied in reward, except for fasting. It is for me, and I will reward it accordingly." Fasting breaks our attachment to worldly desires, humbles us, and cultivates empathy for the less fortunate. Imam Ghazali mentioned that true fasting isn't just about hunger. It's about guarding the tongue, heart, and mind from sin.
Yeah, that's beautifully put. Okay, now Miriam, can you tell us where some of the contemporary challenges that Muslims face today with fasting?
One of the biggest challenges today is maintaining the spiritual essence of fasting in a fast-paced world. Social media, distractions, and unhealthy habits can make fasting just about hunger rather than self-discipline. That's why focusing on dua, Quran recitation, and cutting down on unnecessary distractions is crucial during the times of fasting.
That's such an important point. It's so easy to get caught up in emotions and forget the deeper purpose behind fasting. I love that you mentioned dua and Quran recitation. Those are such grounding practices. And you're right, being intentional about limiting distractions can really help bring that spiritual depth back into the experience. All right, before we wrap things up, do either of you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Yes, I do. I just want to add that the essence of fasting is summarized in one hadith narrated by Ibn Majah. It says, "Perhaps a fasting person gets nothing from his fast except hunger and thirst." This shows that we must go beyond hunger and focus on improving our akhlaq, increasing dhikr, and strengthening our bond with Allah.
And remember, fasting is a gift, not a burden. It's an opportunity for personal growth and nearness to Allah.
Jazakumullahu khairan to both of you for your insights. I'm sure our listeners found it very helpful. And now, dear listeners, whether we are approaching Ramadan or just striving to increase our iman, let's renew our intention and strive for both physical and spiritual excellence in fasting. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we discuss the beliefs and practices of the types of fasting in the Islamic faith. This has been Reflections on Fasting, your source for Islamic knowledge on the beliefs and practices of Muslims here at home and around the world. Until next time, may your journey be filled with peace, joy, and blessing. Assalamu alaikum.